If you're a woman over 50, you might be doing one of these 12 things to look older and not even realize it. So today we're going to dive into all 12 things that could be aging you, and they're quick and easy things that you can fix today. So let's get into them right now. The first mistake you could be making is using the same products. I have friends that have been using the same products for 20, 30 years or more. Our skin is a lot different than when we were in our 20s and 30s. So you want to think of changes that you're going to need to make to your skincare routine and your beauty routine. And the way to do that is look for products that are going to balance your skin, be hydrating, and not create more lines and creases than you already have. The next biggest mistake that might be making you look older is avoiding changes in your makeup techniques. Now, I don't know if you remember, but back in the 80s, they used to have, I think it was Maybelline, that had a little eyeshadow kit, and it would show you, okay, you put this on your eyelid and you put this in the crease and this to highlight, and I got it in blue and green, and those were what I used. And it was like, okay, this is how I put my eyeshadow on. Well, if you're still doing those techniques, it might be time to update, because styles change in cosmetics and makeup. The way you apply things changes, and you want to stay updated on the latest techniques and ways to apply your makeup. The third biggest mistake that could be aging you is not using skincare that actually turns back clock on aging. And that brings me to today's sponsor, Calecim. My skin has actually not looked this good in years. So let's talk about this, because we see a lot of potions and lotions and hoopla and kind of nonsense talk about skincare promising it's going to do certain things. But Calecim really delivers. This one is backed by doctors, backed by science, and it actually uses stem cells to help rejuvenate your skin and turn back the clock. In fact, it's so involved that I met with a microbiologist from Calecim on a Zoom call to actually explain to me the science behind the products and what makes Calecim so unique from other anti-aging products on the market. They have a patented ingredient called PTT6, and it's the only skincare in the world with a huge amount of stem cell derived actives. In fact, just 1 milliliter contains 3,000 proteins that supercharge your own skin cells by sending them messages that actually helps your skin produce the protein that your own body needs to help address many skin concerns. In fact, there's a lot more details on it. I will put a link in the description if you want to learn more. Now let's get into what I love about these products. You can see my skin is definitely not perfect. I have a ton of freckles, lots of redness and rosacea, and I really don't like to change up my skincare routine or bring in new skincare products because my skin is very sensitive, and a lot of new products send my skin into overdrive with redness and irritation. But after they sent me these products and I met with the microbiologist, it was a game changer, and I could not wait to dive into Calecim. They sent me the product last year. I was using it faithfully, and then my dad got sick. We ended up moving back to Philadelphia, and when my husband packed everything, he did not label any of the boxes. So I just found my Calecim products again, and I can already tell that my skin feels smoother, plumper, and more hydrated. And I've had a lot of problems with super dry skin, yet it's greasy and oily and very flaky. Well, Calecim gets rid of that problem for my skin, and it's something I have been fighting for years. So for me, it has been a dream to discover these products. So I just want to talk to you about the products I use from Calecim, and they even have a new one I can't wait to show you. I follow my normal cleansing routine with a cleansing balm, and followed up with a gentle exfoliator, and then I get to use my Calecim products. I start with the holy grail of this line. It's the Calecim Professional Serum, and this little pink jar is packed with a lot of punch. It contains the highest level of PTT6 stem cell serum. It helps to diminish fine lines and wrinkles, improves elasticity, improves your skin's texture, repairs the skin, and reduces inflammation. In fact, a lot of doctors' offices use these products after skin treatments. This is their go-to product for speeding up healing time. You don't need much of this product, just a few little drops, and you pat it into the skin. Then you move on to the next step, which is their multi-action cream. And as much as I love the pink product, if you're really looking for something to get into the product line and give it a try, this multi-action cream is my go-to recommendation. It's a stem cell cream that boosts collagen and elastin production, which helps to lift and firm the skin. If you're debating over which of these products to start with, and you just want to start with one, start with this one. You're going to get the most bang for your buck because it's a whole jar of cream. And if you want to try it all, I noticed on their website they have little packages available so you can try it out. The product I'm most excited about is the one that addresses my uneven, freckled skin, especially this large sunspot that I've had for over 20 years. I've been asked so many times if I got punched in the face or how I bruised my eye because of this spot. So I'm really looking forward to getting rid of it. I use the Pro Pigment Solution 2 times a day. Now I move on to their newest product, which is their Eye Contour Lifting Cream. I know this product has been in development for a while, and I'm so excited to share it with you today and give it a try. And what their Eye Contour Lifting Cream is meant to do is strengthen the area of fragile skin around the eye. So you apply it to your upper and lower lids and around your eye area. You can use this both at night and in the morning, and it's a great addition to your daily skincare routine. Next, I go to my Calecim moisturizer, which is the restorative hydration cream. This moisturizer deeply hydrates your skin, makes your skin look less dull, more plump, more dewy, and definitely more hydrated. The final product I use is their Recovery Night Complex. And I like it because it's a product that does its job while I'm sleeping. You apply a very thin layer, almost like a mask, but it goes on like a serum, and go to sleep with it on. In the morning, you wash it off just like you would normally wash your face. And what I love is, as I mentioned, I have rosacea, and I've noticed it calms the inflammation and redness. I'm really excited to have my Calecim products back and get to use the new eye cream. But what I love is not only does this routine pare down on the number of skincare products I use, but I've also noticed really quick results. I'm looking forward to seeing how my skin keeps improving with Calecim. You can get any of the products I've mentioned today or any of the products available on the Calecim website at a discounted price using code Nancy2023. I'll provide a link in the description, and I hope you give it a try. The fourth mistake you might be making that could be aging you is over contouring. Contouring has had a huge surge lately of, you put contour here and you brighten, and it actually can be aging you more than you think. And the reason is going to have the opposite effect of what you're really trying to go for. Because that heavy contouring is going to create harsh lines that can age your face instead of enhancing it. So what I found I do, and I've tried the contours, and I find this happens to me as well. It's like, where did that line come from? I don't even know didn't realize I had it. So I've skipped the contour, and what I do instead is I do my normal makeup routine. I'll put on a light foundation, I'll put on my blush, and then I'll use a little highlighter, and I just highlight a few areas without doing any heavy contouring. I just brighten instead of adding darkness. And I feel like that just gives me a little bit of brightness to my skin, a little bit of pop, without having to get too crazy with contour. The next mistake you might be making is ignoring eyebrow care. And this problem can go both ways. Either you're totally ignoring it, you might have a unibrow, you might have unruly brows that need to be shaped up, or you spend so much time plucking them that you've overplucked them to a thin line, and now they don't really look like you have a face. You have to draw them back on. And my problem tends to be that my eyebrows have gotten so light, you can't even tell that I have eyebrows on my face. And then what I do to make it appear that I have a face brows again is I go over it with this eyebrow gel. And it's a colored gel that just adds the color I need to my face, but I can easily go right in line. I apply it in the direction that my eyebrows grow and just swipe with short strokes. The sixth mistake you might be making is using heavy foundation or even a powder foundation. Now, as we age, those heavy, powdery, cakey foundations are going to settle into the fine lines and wrinkles. It's going to make you look older. It's going to make you look like you have more wrinkles, and it's going to have the opposite effect of what you're trying to go for. You're probably trying to cover up those wrinkles, but it's actually adding more attention to them. So what works for me is I'll use a primer, because the primer will help keep the foundation from settling into the fine lines and wrinkles. It goes on really nice and light. And then I'll use a cream, a very lightweight cream foundation, and just such a small amount, just this little dab is enough. Put it on and it adds a nice light layer. It allows my skin to be clean looking, yet you can still see it doesn't cover up everything, but it kind of gives me a more even tone. The next beauty mistake you might be making is sleeping with your makeup on. Now, I know I have definitely done this on more than one occasion, and I always feel like I pay for it. I end up with pimples, blotches, blackheads, because I've fallen asleep with my makeup on. It gets clogged in my pores because it's been rubbing on the pillow. So the best thing you can do is remove your makeup, give your skin a nice break at night, and you won't see those red patches, clogged pores, and all those things you don't want the next morning. The next big mistake you might be making is skipping sunscreen. Now, it's easy to do when you know, okay, I'm going to be out in the sun all day today. I'll put on a face sunscreen, a lip sunscreen, a spray all over my body. I'll reapply it during the day. I wear a big hat and sunglasses. But when you're out and about in your everyday life, it's also important to put some sunscreen on your face. And for me, I'm very lazy when it comes to that. So what I like to do is not add that step in of having to add a sunscreen. I like to buy products that already have sunscreen in it. Sometimes it'll be in a moisturizer. Sometimes I'll use a primer that has sunscreen in it. And my foundation always has sunscreen in it. So I'm hitting one of those three, but not having to add that extra layer to get out the door every day. I can just put one of those things on, know that my skin is covered because of that product has SPF in it, and it really helps keep the sun off my face all day long without having to think about it. The next beauty mistake you might be making is not hydrating enough. Dehydration does so many things to our bodies. And one of the big things is shows up in our skin when you're dehydrated. It makes your skin feel dull. It emphasizes wrinkles, fine lines, and can even give you darker circles under your eyes. Keep drinking your water, hydrate enough so that your skin will look and feel better all day. The next big mistake you might be making is neglecting teeth whitening. Now, this isn't something we paid too much attention to 20, 30 years ago, but there's so much technology now to whitening teeth. You can get your teeth whitened at the dentist. Regular cleanings help keep your teeth whiter. Of brushing to get rid of those coffee stains, red wine stains, those are all going to add to yellowing of your teeth. There are so many great products available. Not only can you get whitening toothpaste, but you can use little dental strips. Like I use these. I think they're really easy. They've been my favorite so far of the numerous kinds I've tried. You just put these on for 15 minutes. There's a strip that goes on the top and a strip that goes on the bottom. And I use them while I'm getting ready for the day because it takes me about 15 minutes to, once I get out of the shower, about 15 minutes to do my hair, my makeup, get dressed, and I'm ready to go out the door. And then it's time to remove those strips, give my teeth another quick brush. I don't even put toothpaste on. I just kind of brush the whitening strip formula off and then go on with my day. The next big mistake you might be making and not even realize it is using the wrong lipstick. Matte lipsticks can really age your mouth and your lips. And it's because they draw attention to those fine lines and wrinkles. And that's the last thing you want. If you use a light gloss, a gloss lipstick or even a lip gloss with a lot of pigmented color. It will make your lips look more plump, juicy, and more youthful. Which of these tips was your favorite? I'd love to know. As always, I'll put links in the description, and I'll see you in the next video.